Hey folks, Coach Simmons here, and happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, whatever you believe in. This right here is a video I've been putting off doing for a while because I didn't know how to attack it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and dig into it. Please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video. A couple days ago, we had two HBCU supporters on TV discussing the amount of underfunding that these schools were getting, blaming the alumni only, right? Well, there are two articles I want to bring to your attention. One by a very right-leaning Forbes magazine, and one by the Breeze. Let's start with Forbes, if you don't mind. An article that was published February 1st, 2022 at 1 p.m. Eastern by Hank Tucker on the Forbes staff. He mentioned the contracting firm recently pegged the bill for Tennessee State's deferred maintenance at $427 million. A nearly unreachable sum for a school with operating loss of more than $80 million per year on just $116 million revenue and a puny $63 million endowment. For years, there's been a lack of funding, Glover says. There has been neglect. Most of America's 100 historically black colleges and universities are struggling financially. Now, when it comes to shadow of violence, bomb threats were made against several HBCUs 3 times in the last 4 weeks, including 6 on Monday, at least a dozen on Tuesday, the first day of Black History Month. Nationwide, roughly half of them are private institutions with regular funding from the government, but TSU is one of 18 public land-grant HBCUs founded in the 19th century by the state legislators in the South as counterparts to then exclusively white schools like Tennessee and Knoxville or North Carolina State and Raleigh. So all land-grant schools, whether black or white, were created with the same purpose to foster agricultural research and instruction. Most receive their annual appropriations from state legislatures in a single lump sum. The record of those appropriations, the side-by-side existence for these historically white and historically black public schools, allow for us to make an apples-to-apples comparison per student by levels in various states. Between 1987, the earliest year for which the data was available, and 2020, the 18 schools were underfunded by $12.8 billion, adjusted for inflation. Over those 33 years, Tennessee State received $1.9 billion less than it should have, had it been funded at the same per student level as University of Tennessee. The worst off, North Carolina A&T in Greensboro, founded in 1891, since 1987, have been underfunded by inflation-adjusted totals of $2.8 billion. It's not uniformly bad news. Schools in 2 states, Delaware and Ohio, were not underfunded at all. To some extent, the greater the state funding for predominantly white land-grant schools can be explained by those schools' strength as research universities. All right, here's the example they gave. North Carolina legislator gave NC State just 7% of whose 32,000 students are black an extra $79 million for research. 15% of the state's appropriation, less than 5 of its $1.6 billion operating budget. By contrast, he gave A&T, a black land-grant school, the nation's largest HBCU, with 11,000 students, $9.5 million for research, amounting to 10% of the state's appropriation, by explaining a way to fund discrepancies because research is a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The white school's ability to host research in their gleaming state-of-the-art laboratories is a result of decades of generous funding by the states, while researchers at HBCUs have been starved for cash. So it's very much simply put, they won't give the schools money because the school facilities are poor. School facilities are poor because they didn't give them money. You see how that rolls around? So $12.8 billion. That's the number as of last year. At least. It's not going back to the beginning of land grants. This is going back to the 80s. So next time someone asks you, or they make a wild statement, why are all these HBCUs looking the way they are? It's simple. The government put them that way. Because remember, if you want to go back to the beginning of this, you want to go back to the very beginning, they were never supposed to succeed. But they were successful. I read them before, and I'll tell you again. Most judges, doctors, dentists, lawyers, congressmen are fostered from HBCUs. More judges go to HBCUs that are African American than any other school. Now, if that doesn't tell you something, what will? So next time you hear Mr. Doug Gottlieb on there talking about there's no money at HBCUs, tell them thanks to your vote, there's no money. Coach Simmons, I'm out.